everybody, my name is Claudia and today I'm going to be doing my favorite books of 2017. So in the year of 2017, my goal was to read 50 books, but that unfortunately didn't happen. But I did read 31, a ton of books that will be forever some of my favorite books. So this video is going to be all my favorite books I read in 2017. They may not have all come out in 2017, but I read them in 2017 and they're in no particular order. They're not from favorite to least favorite. It's the order of the months I read them. So starting with the beginning of the year until the end. The first book I read in 2017 that I really loved and enjoyed and I want to reread again sometime in the near future is Stolen by Lucy Christopher. This book is about a girl named Gemma, and Gemma is in the airport with her parents because I don't really remember where she's going, but she gets approached by this good-looking young man, and he drugs her and he kidnaps her, and he takes her to like this desert, and it's about her like be trying to understand why this is happening to her and why he's doing that, what it is he's doing, because he's not hurting her, he's not mistreating her, but he did kidnap her, so she kind of has mixed feelings about him. And this book was so good. I really recommend it. It was like a page turner. I finished it. I specifically remember, even though it was almost a year ago, I finished it like at 4 in the morning. I just couldn't put this book down. It has an amazing ending and it was just so interesting and something I have never read about before. The next book I read in 2017 that I really enjoyed was I Wrote This For You by Ian S. Thomas. This is a modern poetry book and it's really good. Some of the poems here really touched my soul, and it's also very beautiful because it has pictures with each poem and it's so beautiful. I loved it so much, and as you can tell, I was rereading it again. So yeah, this is by far one of my favorite books I read in 2017, and if you're interested in starting to read modern poetry, I really recommend this one. Okay, I know that I said that I was thinking to have a particular like my favorite book of 2017, but I guess this one was one of the books I really loved so much. I want to reread it again because the second book is coming out on March of 2018, which I'm so excited for. I'm so pumped, and that is Caraval by Stephanie Carter. I think the next book is called Legendary and I cannot wait. So this book is about two sisters, Scarlett and Tella. So Scarlett and Tella live in this island with their father, but their father is like this mean person that mistreats them. Scarlett is in an arranged marriage and she doesn't want to get married until she sees this Caraval, which is a one-year performance that the audience participates in, and it comes once a year and not everybody could get in. But somehow Scarlett and Tella get into the Caraval. They go against their father's wishes. When they get to Caraval, her sister Tella gets kidnapped, and she's part of the performance, so they have to find Tella. And like everyone that participates in the Caraval, including Scarlett, has to find Tella before it's too late, and if they win, they get like a wish. So yeah, this book is really action-packed and like it's amazing. I really love this book. I know a lot of people say it was like an alright book, but to me it was so good, and I can't wait for Legendary to come out next year. So the next book I read in 2017 that I really loved was The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yu. Nicola Yu is also the author of Everything Everything. I read Everything Everything I think last year, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed, and I heard the movie sucks. Like everybody says it sucks really bad, so I didn't see that, thank God. But when I saw this on the bookstore, I was kind of hesitant to pick it up because of everything that I liked I didn't really love, but nevertheless I bought it because, well, cover is gorgeous and it was hyped everywhere. This book is about a girl named Natasha, and Natasha finds out that her and her family are getting deported, and she obviously doesn't want to, so she does everything against her will to try to stop the deportation. This book happens in one day. She meets Daniel, and this book is kind of an insta love kind of book, which I hate. Insta love, I hate when they fall in love like on the first meeting, but for this book it kind of made sense because it's like I agreed with it. I mean, I enjoyed it, and it's about how Daniel and her have this wonderful day spent together before she is being deported, and this book was so cute, so sweet. I loved it so much, and the ending was good. I really liked it. I really recommend this book. The next book I read in 2017 2017 that I really enjoyed is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This is the first book I read by this author and I really enjoyed it. It's about a girl named Molly, and Molly always has these crushes on guys, but nobody really likes her back. That's why it's like unrequited. And so she has a twin sister, and Molly is into plus size, and she always belittles herself. She always thinks her sister is prettier, and her sister is the one that gets the relationship, so she's the one that's always kind of in the sideline. So then she starts a job in this like antique store, I think, and she meets this guy that could be possibly a love interest, and then she meets another guy that is also her love interest. So this book is kind of who she's gonna stay with, and it's really cute, really fluffy, contemporary, and I definitely recommend it. And I think I read a lot of contemporary this year, but well, I love contemporary. Next book I read in 2017 that I really loved is Eleanor in Part by Rainbow Rowell. So this book is about a girl named Eleanor, and she moves into back to her, because she used to live with her aunt and uncle. I want to say she wasn't living with her parents. She was living, I think it's her aunt and uncle's house. So she moves back in with her mom, but her mom kind of is married to this guy that he's a jerk, and he treats all of the kids bad, and so she's kind of a misfit. So she goes into this new school, and everybody kind of makes fun of Eleanor because she dresses weird. She has a weird sense of humor, and she's also kind of in a plus size, until she meets this guy named Parker, and Parker in the beginning kind of makes fun of her too, but then they start hanging out, and they start getting to know each other, and it's about how they fall in love and how the relationship progresses, and it kind of gets sad at times. It deals with heavy topics, and the ending broke my heart, but it's such a good book and I love it so much. I definitely recommend this book. Next book I read is another poetry book that I really loved, and that is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. This is, like I said, another modern poetry book that I really loved, I really enjoyed, and it's by the author of my all-time favorite poetry book, which is Milk and Honey. So when I saw that Rupi Kaur was coming out with another book, I was so excited, and it was really amazing. You could tell these are all of my favorite poems, so I definitely recommend The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. The next book I read that I bought in 2016, and everybody had read it, and everybody was saying it was amazing, but I just kept putting it off because I wanted to read it during the fallish kind of season, and that is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Marissa Meyer is also the author of the Lunar Chronicles, which I loved and I adore. So when I saw she came out with this book back in 2016, I purchased it, and the cover is beautiful, it's gorgeous, but it had just been sitting on my bookshelf until this past fall. I decided to pick it up, and this is a retelling of the Queen of Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know who Marissa Meyer is, she writes retellings of fairy tales, and it's about how the queen, or her name is Catherine, how Catherine becomes the queen, and why I'm not gonna say much about this book, but it's why she turns evil, because she wasn't born evil, she was made. So I definitely recommend this book. It's definitely one of my favorites and reread worthy. Next book I read in 2017 that I really loved, I don't have a physical copy of it, but that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I'm not going to go much into detail because I do have a small book top discussion in my channel, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do that. So this is a book about a girl named Asa, and Asa kind of has OCD, and it's about how she has to deal with it, and it's really interesting reading the book in Asa's point of view, because whoa, that OCD is no jokes, really, and it's really good to know what other people are going through. So I definitely recommend that book. It was amazing. It was my first John Green's book, and I want to read more of his books now. So in 2017, I told myself I had to read this book before 2018, because this book came out in 2013 and everybody has read it already. Everybody loves this book, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. So this book is about a girl named Kath, and Kath has a twin sister named Ren. So they're off to college, but Ren kind of wants to be independent because Kath and Ren were always together growing up. They did everything together as they were twin sisters, but Ren kind of wants to go her separate way. She wants to do her own thing. So Kath is kind of left by herself in college, and all Kath wants to do is write fan fiction. She's a very popular fan fiction, but nobody knows obviously who's writing this, and it's about, she writes fan fiction about this book called Simon Snow, which is kind of like Harry Potter / vampires in this world. And this book was so good. It was funny, it made me cry, It was amazing and I definitely recommend this book. The last book I read in 2017 that I really loved and I enjoyed is From the Tree by Robin Benway. So this book is about a girl named Grace that gets pregnant when she is 16, so she decides to give up her baby for adoption, and that kind of opens her world because she finds out, well, she already knew she was pregnant. She always knew that she herself was adopted, but now that she gave up her baby for adoption, she kind of gets curious and she wants to meet her birth mom. And she also finds out she has siblings. She has a sister named Grace and a brother named Joaquin. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I do have a book talk, and if you guys want to see that, please check it out. But this book was amazing. I think I gave it 5 stars because it has everything I want in a book. It left me satisfied, it made me laugh, it gave me the feelings, and I really recommend this book. So that's it for this video. These are my favorite books of 2017. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!